Hello friends, in this video I'll discuss the features of data structures. As data structures are very important part of our programming, so we need to understand what types of characteristics particular data structure is carrying. Because after understanding the characteristics of a data structure, we can select the appropriate type of analysis to perform on. In our programming, there are 6 types of data structures we can create. One by one, we will see the features of all the 6 data structures in our programming. Firstly, we will see the features of vector, as vector is very basic kind of data structure in our programming. Vectors are one-dimensional and homogeneous in nature. That means vector can store elements of same data type. There are 4 functions with the help of that we can understand the characteristics of vector. They are class function, type of function, length function and attributes function. Class function returns the type of data structure. Type of function returns the type of elements stored in vector. Length function will return number of elements available in vector and attributes function will tell whether any metadata is there in vector or not. As vector can store the elements of same data type, so with the help of some examples, we will see what are the characteristics of such type of vectors having elements of various data types. So say for example, the first vector is v1 which is created by C function and it has stored 4 element 1, 2, 3, 4. So type of this v1 vector would be double. The class function will return numeric, that means the vector is numeric type, and the length of the v1 would be 4 as there are 4 elements, and attributes function will return null as there is no metadata available in the vector. Now if we created second vector v2 with 4 elements a, b, c, d, so the type of v2 would be character. Class of v2 would be character. Length will return 4 as 4 elements are there, and attributes will return null as there is no metadata in v2. Further, third vector we have created with logical elements. So the type of v3 would be logical. Class of v3 would be logical. Length will return 3 as 3 elements are there, and attributes will return null as no metadata inside the v3. Suppose fourth vector we have created with numbers having capital L as suffix. So this kind of vector will return type of as integer, class of v4 would be integer, length would be 3 as 3 elements are stored in v4, and attributes will return null, that means no metadata is available in v4. Lastly, if we have created fifth vector v5 with certain complex numbers, so the type of v5 would be complex, the class would be complex, length will return 4 as 4 complex numbers are stored in v5, and attributes will return null as no metadata is inside the v5. Secondly, we will see the features of data frames, data structure in R programming. Data frames are two-dimensional and heterogeneous in nature. That means it can store data into table form, row wise and column wise, and the elements of data frame can have the various different types of data type. As data frame is the combination of various vectors, so each vector can have elements of specific data type. To understand the characteristics of data frames, we can use functions class, type of, length, attributes and structure. The class function will return the class of data frame. Type of function will return the data type of elements stored in data frame. Length will return the number of elements in data frame. Attributes will return the additional information about data frame. Structure will return the internal structure of data frame stored in R. Now with the help of example, we will understand all these 5 functions on the data frame to understand the characteristics of data frame. Suppose with the help of 2 vectors id and marks, a data frame df was created using data.frame function. So for this df data frame, the type of will return list. That means in the memory of R, the data frame is created as list. the class of df would be data.frame. Length will returning us 2. That means df has 2 elements. Attributes function for df will return the properties of df, that is it will return the class of df, column names and the row names of df. Then structure function will indicates the internal structure of data frame df. So it will return the class of data frame along with total number of observations per variable available in the data frame. Now I will explain the features of matrix. Matrix in R is two-dimensional and homogeneous in nature. That means it stores data row-wise and column-wise, and the data stored inside the matrix would be homogeneous. That means the data type of the elements of matrix would be same. So to understand matrix, again we can use 5 functions: class, type of, length, attributes and str function. Class function will tell us the class of matrix. Type of function will return the data type of elements of matrix. Length will return us the number of elements available in matrix. Attributes will tell us the properties of matrix, and structure will tell us the internal structure of matrix. So with the help of some examples, we will understand the characteristics of matrix using these 5 functions. Say for example, we have created first matrix M1 with 9 elements and 3 rows. So the type of M1 would be integer. Class of M1 would be matrix and array. Length will return us 9 as 9 elements are there, and attributes will tell us that it has 3 dimensions, that is 3 rows and 3 columns. Now if suppose we have created second matrix M2 with complex numbers, so that way the type of M2 would be complex. Class of M2 would be matrix and array. Length will return us 4 as 4 elements are there, and attributes will tell us it has 2 dimensions, 2 rows and 2 columns. Now if we have created third matrix M3 with matrix function and we have stored character elements in it, so that way the type of M3 would be character. Class will return us matrix and array. Length will give us 4 as 4 elements are there in M3, and attributes will tell us that the dimension of M3 is 2 by 2, that is 2 rows and 2 columns. Further, if we have created fourth matrix M4 with the numeric elements, so the type of M4 would be double. Class would be matrix and array. Length will give us 4 as 4 elements are there, and attributes will tell us that the M4 has 2 dimensions, that is 2 rows and 2 columns. Then if we have created fifth matrix M5 with the 4 elements, all are number and having capital L as suffix, so in that case the type of M5 would be integer. Class will return us matrix and array. Length will give us 4, that means it has 4 elements, and attributes function will tell that it has 2 dimensions, 2 rows and 2 columns. So till now I have explained you 5 examples in that all the elements of matrix were having the same data type. Now I will explain you some of the examples in that the matrix will have the elements of different data types. Suppose we have created M1 matrix using matrix function, and we have stored complex numbers with the help of vector and given the instruction to create 2 by 2 matrix. So that way the type of M1 would be complex. Class would be matrix and array. Length will return 4 as it has 4 elements, and attributes will tell us the dimensions, that it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Now if suppose in the vector of the matrix we have stored 3 complex number and 1 integer number with capital letter L as suffix, so still the type of function will return us the complex, that means the elements of matrix are complex. Now if we created M2 matrix with character elements, so the type of M2 would be character. Class would be matrix and array. Length is returning 4 as 4 elements are there, and attributes is saying that it has 2 dimensions, 2 rows and 2 columns. Now suppose in third matrix 3 elements stored are numeric and 1 element is character. So type of function for M3 would be character, that means all the elements stored in matrix are character. Similarly, in the fifth matrix we can see if 3 elements are integer and 1 element is character, so in that case also the type of function will return character, that means M5 has stored character elements. So the crux of these examples is this, that if we are storing different types of elements inside the matrix, then the matrix function will treat all the elements are having same data type, and the type of function will return one data type of the elements. So lastly, I will explain you structure function for matrix. So if suppose we have created M1 matrix with 9 elements inside it, so the structure function for M1 will return the class of matrix. Also it will tell us the number of rows, number of columns, and by default it will tell us first 10 elements of the matrix. Further, I will explain you the features of list data structure in R programming. List in R programming is one-dimensional and heterogeneous in nature. That means list can store elements of various data types. So list can store elements like numbers, characters, vector, matrix, and list also inside it. So that's why it is known as heterogeneous in nature. To know the characteristics of list, we can use functions like class, type of, length, attributes, and structure. Class function will tell us the class of list. Type of function will tell us the data type of elements of list. Length will give us the number of elements stored in the list. Attributes will tell us the properties of list, and the structure function will tell us the internal structure of list. So with an example, I'll explain you all these functions to know the characteristics of list. So suppose list L was created using list function having certain elements in it. So the type of L would be list, class of L would be list, length is giving us 5, that means it has 5 elements inside it, and attributes is returning null. And structure function will give us the data type of all the elements, and also it will show the elements stored in L. Now I will explain you features of array data structure in R programming. Data structure array in R programming is n-dimensional and homogeneous in nature. That means it can store elements of same data type, and it can have more than 2 dimensions. So again we can use 5 functions to know the features of array. These are class function, type of function, length function, attributes function, and structure function. Class function will tell us the class of array, type of function will tell us the data type of elements of array, length will return us the number of elements of array, attributes will give us the attributes of array, and the structure will give us the internal structure of array. So with an example, I'll explain you all these 5 functions to know the characteristics of any array. Suppose we have created an array A with array function having certain elements inside it. So the type of A would be integer, class will return us array, length will give us 8 as there are 8 elements in the array, and attributes will tell us the dimensions of array, that means it has 2 rows, 2 columns, and 2 matrices. The structure function for A will return us the class of array, number of rows in array, number of columns in array, dimensions of rows and columns, and the first 10 elements by default. Lastly, I will explain you features of factor data structure in R programming. Factor data structure in R programming is homogeneous in nature. That means it can store elements of same data type. And to get the characteristics of factor data structure in R programming, we can use 5 functions named as class function, type of function, length function, attributes function, and structure function. The class function will return the class of factor. Type of function will return the data type of elements stored in factor. Length will return the number of elements stored in the factor. Attributes will tell us the properties of factor. And lastly, the structure function will tell the internal structure of factor in the memory of R. Now with the help of an example, I'll explain you the features of factor using these 5 functions in R. Say for example, a factor f is created using factor function having certain elements inside it. So the type of function will return that f is integer, because in the memory of R, f is stored as integer, as factor is generally used for creating the categorical variable in R. The class function for f will return factor. Length is returning 9. That means it has 9 elements. Attributes will tell us the class of f and also the labels inside f. And str function, that is structure function for f, will tell us the class of f, also total labels available in f, name of all the labels, dimension of f, and also by default first 10 elements stored in f. So friends, in this video I have tried to explain you that how we can get the features of data structures in R programming using various kind of functions. So friends, I hope you have found this video useful for you. So thank you so much for watching the video. Subscribe my channel and stay connected to watch more such videos. Thank you so much.